So I know that family therapy is a huge part. Can you guys speak to that a little bit? It's another thing that takes time. It can be hard to manage schedules, get those appointments set up, but why is family therapy so important in this case in treating eating disorders?
I think like part of the reason it's so important is like sometimes people lie to their parents. Like, parents might not know the severity of what's going on or everything that, their child is doing. B, I think that working towards recovery can be very isolating, and the more support that you can have, the like better your chances are. And then from like a nutritional standpoint, I have certain clients that like their parents plate their food right now. And we like work with a dietitian to get them to the point where like, okay, when can you start plating your own food again?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just so dynamic. And again, I'm like a broken record, but complex, that any support they can get is better. I think that like kind of again, almost like with, when you refer a client to a higher level of care, some of that control is taken away so they don't have to worry about all the ins and outs. Like usually if I have a client that's stepping down from like residential, their parent will plate their food for a few weeks afterwards.
Okay.
And how I think that statistically family-based therapy is like one of the most proven treatments for like teens struggling with like anorexia and bulimia. But I think just like increasing parents' awareness is just a huge part of it.
I think if there is not family therapy going on, how will the parents know how to help? There's so much
Right.
change and involvement that needs to happen.
Right.
And for them to invest in getting to all these appointments, it's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot for sure.
So I like that.
I think it's important, especially like whereas I work with a lot of teenagers, if I'm talking solely with the teenager, that's not gonna, change the home environment, right? Like typically there's a dynamic happening there that needs to be addressed.